Yo. Huh? Yo, what's up? 1 minute. Yo, guys, Theo here. Welcome to Uncommon Sense Live number 12. Okay, so I see some people dropped by and liked, but well, I don't know. I don't trust this number count since it has said 0 while a couple of people are writing in the chat. So maybe you're still around. Maybe that's people who don't have an account. I am not sure. Well, I realized that it's Halloween. Well, that doesn't mean all that much to me, but I put on this shirt. I don't know. Is it Halloweeny? It's kind of psychedelic. Yeah, see, Big G, yo, what's up? It still says that no one is viewing. I don't know about this number. No good. What's up, Big G? What's new with you? How are you doing? Do you have any question for me? Please let me know. Well, I can just go off and talk about my week and my weekend, I guess. To start off, my week, nothing special. Well, I guess the special thing was that I trained a shit ton. Big G, just drinking raw milk and butter. Are you sitting and sipping on raw milk and eating butter watching my stream? I think that's fucking awesome if that's the case. Well, the new thing for the week is like I still have this persistent cold, or not cold really, but the cough. I've been feeling good. My strength and output in the gym is back. So I've trained long and hard workouts during this week. Yes, Big G confirms that he is drinking raw milk and eating butter, watching my stream. That's fucking awesome. I've made it in life. I have people watching me, like saving their raw milk and butter as treats for watching me talk. No, but the only special thing about the week was that I was super happy to be back to the gym. I trained some front squats, when you have the bar here instead. Pretty cool. My ego has gotten in the way because I got so strong in back squats. And so what gets in the way of the front squat is really just the pain, just getting used to the feeling of having the bar here. So yeah, I got up to doing a single on 120 kilos, but I've done 10 reps on 140 kilos on the back squat. And while you're supposed to be stronger in the back squat, I know the ratio could be better there, but I'm learning. So it's been fun. This weekend, well, the Friday, it's cool. I love training. I love Fridays because I have my clients like morning to lunch about there. And then I can kind of, many people work half days on Fridays, and I don't go out to clubs or bars or whatever. So I like to socialize in the gym. So I often take a long time in the gym with my workout because I stop and talk to people. And then like for the gym I work for, people get 1 free hour, so that's the chance to like do the pitch and show what you got for someone. Maybe they become your client for a longer time, or you just do this, you still get paid for the hour. So I've done it a lot with friends, people I know, pretty cool, basically working. I feel like I don't know, what's the name? Not kindergarten, but this place that sometimes older children go after school before they go home. I feel like I'm kind of a leader at a place like that. And sometimes I just hang out with one person and help them train, basically. And so I did this with a girl, really cool girl. Just hung out and helped her out with some training stuff. Was fun. Then I went home. I think I had a sauna at night. But then I went up really early on the Saturday, and I had a awesome leg workout in the morning, like early leg workout. And like Saturdays are kind of my play workouts. Like I could rest at least one of the days, but instead I just go, and instead of doing something like structured, I still train hard, but I just do whatever I feel like, you know. So I did a bunch of just random isolation exercises, and then I did front squats on low weight with elevated heels and narrow stance. So I wish I can't show my whole body on this stream, but it's such a quad, so front side thigh focused squat, and so I really burnt out my quads. Then I had a sauna, and then whatever did I do then? You know, I just chilled. I was so tired. I think I took a nap there in the afternoon for a while, and then I just spent the day, you know, doing YouTube stuff, just talking to people via, like, being social via the phone. I was super tired and went to bed early again. And then this morning I did some Uncommon Sense stuff, recorded video, shot the video. Shot the video and edited a video. Then I went, had a long, playful upper body workout. You should go to my Instagram. It's linked in the description. I did like basically just unusual variations of exercises. So instead of the shoulder press here, I do the behind the neck shoulder press, stuff like this, you know. I'm going to get to your question, Big G, but I'm just finishing about the weekend. And please, other people watching, please say hi. And if you have any question for me, hit me. But I had this workout. Then I went home, had another sauna. I might have gotten that. No, I would have gotten a perfect week, but someone was in the sauna that I usually, the one I do if I'm at home, I want to do it. It's like a 10%. Every 10th time I go to take it, someone is there. But so almost a perfect week with a sauna. Then I actually went bowling with my little bro, my autistic brother and his friend. We went bowling. So I love on my social media. It's first me doing the heavy lifting and looking cool and buff and strong, being the tough guy, you know. Then I'm with these guys playing Mario Party 3, sometimes bowling another time. They completely beat me in the bowling. I had so many when I got 9. But I had a few strikes at least. I actually drank a beer. That was something I wanted to tell you. I think it might be the first beer of this year. Not the first alcohol, but the first beer. It was actually good. I think that's when I'm going to have beer in a situation like that. It's bowling. It's the situation that makes the thing, you know. Just having a beer here would be nothing, you know. Yeah, but then I just came right home to have this stream for you. So here we are now. Okay, Big G. It's a great way to spend the day, especially on a Sunday. You feel ready for the week ahead. Yeah, I do some like productive work stuff on the weekend too, but I take more because I don't have any time like working in the gym or anything. I have more time, so I take more time just chilling too. But that's why I also do the playful workouts. You know, I feel like I just go to have fun. Which I do a lot about the training, but sometimes, you know, when you just have a specific heavy workout before you and you don't feel like it's like, it's work. So on the weekend, I just do whatever I feel like. Self-care Saturday, especially. Self-care Sunday too, I guess. Big G, do you ever do heavy kettlebells? No, I don't do that much kettlebells. No, overall. Like, I will hold them instead of dumbbells sometimes, but I don't do all these athletic, like, I don't know, one hand, like snatches and stuff. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. If you're more of an athlete that's on your feet and be like moving around like that a lot, I think that's better. For me, it's no big use, really. Carmen Rodriguez, what's up? Do you think it's important to learn some self-sufficient things like growing your own food? Yeah, absolutely. Like growing your own food. Well, yeah, like it's good to be prepared with things like that, but also I think it will be a long time for me, for instance, before I actually would have to do that. But yeah, in general, you want to be self-sufficient. I've talked about this on this stream before. Like how I've talked about that being employed. Tim Munkbatar, this guy. What's up? No, for some people, it could be a good thing to be employed. me personally, I want to do my own thing, but you can't rely on that employment. You have to have some other skills. It's like, some people talk about, this that Tim is bringing up, the redacted, like say that you don't want to get that, and that would get in the way of someone wanting to employ you. Well, then you should be able to make a living still, right? So being self-sufficient in general, just being able to do things for yourself. And it's so nice, take for instance, like all my injuries that I've gotten from training. Like a lot of people, they would just spend a lot of money going to chiropractors and stuff. And I'm not saying that can't do anything. I've gone to a chiropractor like single times, like, but some people would do like weekly, instead of, and I've actually learned to understand my body and find solution, and I've healed all my injuries. Like I have the left hip I've mentioned on the stream before, that's getting so much better. So just random examples I come up with, but being able to do things for yourself, like both practically, but also that's a good thing for self-esteem. You don't feel like you're so dependent on a bunch of things. If you just have you're fine, Big G, do you think overcooking and specifically burning food is bad, or and the stream carcinogenic? Well, yeah, exactly. Overcooking, I think if you just boil something too long, I think the worst thing that can happen is that it loses a bunch of the nutrients, in it. But yeah, burnt. This is the thing that I don't know the details of, but yeah, it's like kind of like the tobacco with the snus, that I use here. It's tobacco, and it's still like it's not healthy, but it's when it turns into smoke that it gets really carcinogenic, right? So I think that's the same with the food when you burn it. I don't know the specific compounds that are created in that process, but I'm sure that's the thing. It's like it's dead. It's like it's damaged, and you're eating it. Big G, you can't say that word. The YouTube people will flag it. Simbot Munkbatar says halabanga. Yeah. Well, guys, I if you have any questions, I prefer to answer your questions, but I have written down a few things to talk about here, actually, for once. So it's Halloween, so I figured I have a couple of stories I could tell you about, like the old Theo, the pre-Uncommon Sense Theo, things that happened to me on Halloweens that I can remember. Like I, of course, did stuff on more Halloweens, but there are two special stories when I just thought about like Halloween. What's up with that? There was a couple of things I could think of. So I know there's a slight delay with the chat and stuff. Tim Munkpatar, candy is for kiddos. Yeah, well said. Well said, Tim. Well, I guess I'll just go with my story. And the thing is, that's why I'm asking again if you want to ask any questions, because if I start telling the story, I just want to finish it, yeah, but okay, so let's talk about this. I am 28 today. I will be 29 in December. And so this is when I was 17, about this time of year. Yeah, it was Halloween, I guess. Yeah. So it's 11 years ago. And my friend was studying in Santa Barbara, California, and our families know each other's families. So for like the autumn break, which coincides with the Halloween, we were going there to visit him, and that was very nice. It was the first time I went to the States, and yeah, it was cool in many ways. Nice climate. Sweden in fall. It's nice to go somewhere hot. It was really hot, of course, there. But anyways, it was Halloween, so I just remember the first night we went out, and I didn't bring, of course, any outfit for Halloween when I went to the States, but I got some kind of monk, kind of priest outfit, and since I had glasses, not these glasses, but similar looking round glasses, they just put a little scar in my forehead, and I was Harry Potter. And I just remember us going to some party, and because in these crazy college neighborhoods in the US, like every house is a party, so you can just kind of try your luck and go to a house and see if they'll let you be there. And I remember we came in, and so some guy just looked up at me with a beer and was like, "Harry?" And yeah, well, so I remember that night wasn't anything special, but I remember the last night we did this drinking game that it was called in English. It would basically be for fuck's sake. You sit with your beer, and you say one. For the first time, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Every person says a number until 11. Then you say for fuck's sake, and everyone drinks. And then you make up different rules. Maybe if I was the one that said for fuck's sake, I say, well, on number 2, you do this instead. And then if you fail at any of these, you have to drink. So then a bunch of these things. And I remember us going to some party, and at this point, I'm just wasted. Wasted. And I remember, it's interesting, I know some German, and always the times I've been able to use it the most has always been when I was drunk. I remember talking to this German girl, and I don't know, because when you don't know the language really, when you're trying to say something, when you're sober, you're like thinking like, oh no, this is wrong, no, that is past tense, blah blah blah. But when you're drunk, it's just a challenge, like, will she understand me if I try with whatever German I can? And apparently, so I remember talking to this German girl a lot. And then we went back to where we were at the pre-party. And there were some Swedish girls there. And they really liked me because I was, exotic. I was not one of the people from school. And so I remember I went home with one of these girls. And I didn't, it was not, I was leaving kind of early next day with my family. I just remember waking up next to this girl, and I'm like, shit, I was not supposed to. And I watched see the clock, a bunch of missed calls for my parents, but I can see though that it's fine. If I leave now, it will be fine. But this girl wakes up and we talk a little bit, and I remember she's like, okay, goodbye, Theo. I'm like, goodbye. I realized I didn't remember her name. And so that was Halloween when I was 17. I remember I was supposed to get an In-N-Out burger, try the famous In-N-Out burger, but we never got to. When we looked it up on the map, it was replaced by some other burger restaurant. But I tried it another time. I remember it's actually very good, the In-N-Out burger. Big G, do you think too much cardio is bad? Specifically HIIT cardio. I've heard about heart inflammation in marathon runners. Yeah. Well, I since I'm not that into cardio myself, I don't do it that much myself. I don't have a very, in-depth view of it. But yeah, too much cardio, obviously. Like HIIT cardio, yeah, you could burn out. Like if you do intense, like real, actual HIIT cardio, it takes days to fully recover from it. So I think like when you do full on real HIIT cardio, you should probably not do it more than twice per week. Only if you're some kind of athlete, maybe 3 times, but otherwise you would have to lower the intensity just a bit. I've heard about heart inflammation in marathon runners. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know about the details again, but because I'm so not interested in marathon, like I don't take anything away from those. It's impressive, I'm personally just not into it so much. But I can see that, like any elite sport, to be honest, if we just put it like that, like the way I train is borderline not healthy sometimes. Like just cutting back on intensity and volume just a little bit might be what's like better for my body, just purely on the paper. But then maybe I feel great from pushing myself hard, and I want to be, leaders do more. If I want to inspire and be an example, I have to be ahead. So it's healthy in that sense, But yeah, elite, doing it on the elite level, like running marathons and trying to improve your times. Yeah, of course, it's not healthy. Running shorter distances and you're not pushing yourself too hard would be. There's always a balance, Theo, what's better, being an employed wage slave or pursuing your passion with little to no money? Also, no, redacted. For some reason, I find it really hard to find the answer. Are you kidding, bro? Like, it should be obvious. It should be obvious, at least, what I think is the answer. I will be the first to say, follow your dreams. That cliche thing, but my life never worked out until I followed my dreams, Like, I'm almost lucky that I was so unmotivated to do things I didn't like, that I many times I've just not had a job and not had much money and not be able to do much because I've worked. It's not that I've done this the whole time always, but what I'm saying is I could never be pushed to like, I'll study a lot and then I'll start working at this place and I'll work myself up, for some bullshit job that I don't care about, you know. And now, both happiness wise and money wise, I've never done better, you know, when I just started following my passion. So I think both, actually, for the kind of person like me who is very, very driven by motivation, like I like doing this. If I like doing something, I can do it more than other people, you know. But the just thing that most people do, like study a lot of stuff, I can't bring myself to do. Um, so for that kind of person, it can even be the best thing, like you, because you say no, little to no money. It might be the most money that way. And the other thing is just that I shared some post on Instagram. Maybe it's not still on my story, but it was something. Basically, the point was that some people measure success in like job title and salary, basically, and like, who cares about those things? What is my job title? Some kind of life coach, influencer, inspirator, trainer, you know, coach, but whatever, you know, all those things. And the money, you know, I've always known since I was a kid that, you know, it's nice to be able to treat yourself a little bit, but I don't have that big. I don't need to have 5 cars, you know. I'm happy with one nice car, you know, or two if our family would need it for some people, you know. I don't need a bunch of stuff for no reason. So I always felt like, if you're like middle class, over upper middle class, but not working in the stereotypical way, you know, 9 to 5, just a decent wage job, you know, that you're doing your own thing, but that's like the amount of money you have, but you have maybe freedom over your time, maybe doing something that you're passionate about and stuff. I've always felt like that would be the goal. Then of course, if your passion would be able to make you a lot of money, like why not, of course. But I felt like nothing, I don't have big material needs. I don't need more than just comfort, being able to relax and don't worry about money. That's it, really. Big G. But did you go the in and out with the bird, though? With the bird? That's interesting. What with the bird? Tell me more about that, Big G. Oh, Big G again. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Well, in the sense, I had those panic attacks. I don't know how much of my videos you've watched, Big G, but that was like first of all, it of course feels like that, because a panic attack makes you feel a strong, very, very strong fight or flight response. And a lot of people think they're dying when they have a panic attack. I knew that I can't be dying, but I felt like I was going crazy. Why am I feeling this way, you know? But you could say I had a near-death experience, because it was not that I was standing ready to jump from the balcony, but I had suicidal thoughts from the panic attack. It was so yeah, it was so intense, and just the first one especially just never stopped. And I was like, if this, I can't deal with this anymore. I might have to kill myself. So that was a kind of near-death experience, and my ego died. And that's a quick side note. That doesn't mean I don't have an ego, but you give when one ego dies, it gives birth to a new. But yeah, I faced it was like me facing death over and over and over for months when those panic attacks happened. But I've not actually, like, oh, I almost got hit by a car, or I got hit by a car or survived. No, nothing like that. I fell from a tree once when I was a kid. I got a concussion, but I was so lucky. I managed to like catch different like branches to slow my fall, and I landed like this far from a fence that was kind of pointy, and like this far too from a stone with my head from several meters. So maybe could have died there. That might be the closest I've been to actually dying. Team Munkbatar. Half of NDEs seem to be going to heaven and coming back, and the others just go to sleep and wake up. I don't know what are NDEs. Team Munkbatar. Follow your dreams, as it really doesn't take much to stay alive. No, that too, but also you live once, you know. It's like you're playing a video game and you choose the easy mode, and you don't go looking for any of the extra things. You as long as I finish the game, I finish all the mandatory, or, you know, obligatory stuff. But I don't challenge myself in any way. I don't try to push it. I don't try to do the best of it. I just take this safely. I just make sure I stay alive until I'm 80 years old. And I do the work I don't really care about. I watch the Netflix. and I post on the social media pretending to be happy, but I'm really not. And yeah, I finished the game at least. Yay. You know, well, what kind of life is that? You have one life here. Don't play it on easy mode. Don't go skipping all the side quests. Explore this one life video game you've been given the chance to play completely. That's what I'm saying too. Big G, panic attacks are nasty. You do feel like you're dying. Well, like me, to be honest, I was aware that I'm not dying, because I was. That this is my uncommon sense, and this is I learned to be stoic from the panic attacks a lot. That I always knew that I'm not dying. I just knew that this experience in and of itself, to me, it doesn't matter that I'm not dying because it's so uncomfortable that I want to die. I want it to be over with so bad that if I would get confirmed this won't end, yeah, then I'll kill myself. That kind of thing. Tim Munkpatar. For me, the first and only panic attack I had was awesome. Needles and pins in my arms and shaking. Felt awesome. Felt alive. Well, that's not a panic attack then. Come on, man. Tim Munkpatar. In HS, after I was assaulted by my teacher and in the assistant principal's office. Pretty hysterical looking back. In HS high school, I was assaulted by my teacher. Wow. Assistant principals. Wow. Wow, man. How do you feel about that? Was that traumatic? You do feel like you're dying, which is why I felt alive, he says. Well, yeah, in the end, for me, it didn't happen that acutely. But when I finally started not having panic attacks, then I could appreciate life. Just being able to go about my day without feeling this horrible, terrible panic attack feeling. So it made me feel alive and appreciate life in that way. Carmen Rodriguez, was the gym one of the first places you tried socializing while dealing with bad anxiety? No, because when I started going to the gym, it was already over with. It was mainly that I just I had this job that it was a summer job on just a customer service job, like randomly. During the summer, but I decided to take a study break. And one of the things that built up inside me was me feeling like I had wasted time on this and money, by the way, on this journalism education. And I was almost finished and I wanted to think about what I wanted to do. So I was at this job and I liked it. It was easy. The colleagues were nice. The pay was not good, of course, but I'm just a guy. I don't... didn't spend too much money, it was fine. It was easy, but then I had a panic attacks. But so the first thing was just trying to go to work because, I knew that the job in and of itself shouldn't be a problem. It's just that I can get a panic attack there. And so many times I had to turn around. I went on sick leave for 50%, working just half days to give myself a little break, but still have that habit of going in the morning to work. And sometimes I didn't even go. Sometimes I had to turn around in the subway, just seeing all the people being like, I can't deal with this. And sometimes I had to leave just earlier than expected. And it was a very, very, it was humiliating. I had such big ego without knowing it, but I didn't want people to view me as this crazy person. They knew me as a cool, chill, relaxed, funny guy, basically, I didn't want them to know me as the guy who just flips the fuck out for no reason and has to leave. Why does he have to leave? What's wrong with him? This I had to face over and over and over. And I remember I was in my choir, I was on the board, and we had a board meeting. And I had a panic attack already on the way there. And I remember just coming there, it's like, hey. And just sitting down and trying to listen about what they're talking about. And then when it came to me, I remember I just admitted that, well, I am in a phase where I'm having panic attacks and I'm very much confronting it right now. And, it's so interesting because I wasn't all to me, that was a horrible feeling, but they're just like, oh, sorry to hear that. And they just gave me some space, kind of keep talking in the meeting. And after half an hour, it was better. And remember, that was one of the first time I actually didn't run from something. I stayed until it passed, Yeah, but it was more situations with the choir, being on the stage in the Tchaikovsky concert hall in Moscow with a full-blown panic attack. It was not my best singing performance, but I got through it. I felt like bailing so much that was like the biggest turning point, I think, to this whole thing. I remember I sang with a quartet, competed with just a quartet. Did not go that great, but it was good. I confronted the shit still. And I don't remember after that, but those are like the situations that kind of stick out like that to me. Please like the stream, by the way, if you haven't already. Yeah, but at some point I just didn't get the attacks. I just felt really worn out and stuff. And then was when I started training, which I at first did at home, and then I started going to the gym. But then I was already chill, you know. And the first gym I went to was a lot of exchange students and stuff. So it wasn't a very social gym, but not because I had anxiety, you know. And now in the gym, well, I guess it's completely different times now compared to when I was talking about. But now I just have a good time and enjoy hanging out and talking with people in the gym. Since I don't have that many friends here that I just want to call up like, hey, what are you doing? You know, it's one of the places where I social. I do have some friends. I do that, but not a lot, to be honest. Yeah, so I often socialize in the gym. You know, also because I work in gyms. Big G, do you do any martial arts? No, I got this question maybe by Carmen. I don't remember, but someone asked me last stream or the one before. I've been thinking about jiu-jitsu at some point, but I want to take on like my priority right now. I want to finish the mobility thing I'm doing, and then it's just going to naturally become part of the training I do. And basically, kind of, I'm going to do a bulk. Can someone please? We have the 6-6 again. I don't like that. It's the number of the beast. I'm going to do a bulk, and then we'll see. I'll have to focus so much on the training. I have the terkesterone and ecdysterone supplements, expensive ones, that I really want to get the most out of for the bulk. So we'll see what I have time for on the side for that. But I want to learn dancing, to be honest. Everyone asks what kind of dance. I have not decided yet. I would like to dance with a girl and by myself. A girl in my gym kind of was, I don't know how the expression I'm trying to say in Sweden, but she was in, you know, she wanted to do it with me maybe. Dancing, because I am musical, I can sing, you know, and I have the moves, I have the strength, I'm getting the mobility, so I just need the moves basically. I had the rhythm, the musicality and the strength and mobility, but not the moves, so I have to learn that. But so dancing I want to learn. And then martial arts, jiu-jitsu is the one I'm thinking of. I know a guy, a friend that does jiu-jitsu, and it's very close to a gym I train in. So would be up for doing that for sure. But that's mostly what I've been thinking about with the martial arts. Timuk Batar, trauma for a short while after the fact, yes, but it helped as I stopped stressing about school, which is shitty, and indoctrinating gave me the push to follow my dreams. Okay, I see. No, Big G, don't do any fucking 666s in my chat, please. No, but yeah, Tim, you're an interesting person, I must say. I do have interesting people following me. Tim Mukbatar, ballroom dance studio is classy. I despise club music and people so much. Ballroom dance studio, what even is that? Can someone please like the stream? We have so much number of the beast going on. It's not even funny. I'm gonna have to take a sip of my Julmust here. Wow, I do like this. It's like, this is the sugar-free version, but it's like a soft drink. That's I feel like it's a mix of beer and Coke. It's really good. Really good. Well, please, if you have more questions in the chat, please keep them coming. Can give a little special hello to someone who is definitely watching this at some point. You're avoiding me, and well, there's no point in me trying to do anything about it now. Like, it's like talking to a wall, basically. So, you know, we've been kicking this ball, or basically I've been kicking it a lot. I've been dribbling it, but now I've kicked it to your side of the court. And so if you want to play ball, you're going to have to kick it back. Yeah, I've done my part. It's up to you now. And I wish you well. What more do we have? What did I write down? Well, yeah, I can do this. Would you like to hear about my power building program that I'm writing. It's more like a training manual, but it's I'm finally boiling down my training philosophy and making, because I don't believe in traditional training programs. They are basically, yeah, well, it could be something to follow. If you actually go and train and do it right, it can be something to just follow. But I know it's not the 3 sets of 12 of dumbbell presses that's the miracle for you, you know. So I want to write a manual, actual, like, so it's going to be, because you need a philosophy and the concepts, you need to understand that, but you do need something concrete, a program to follow, right? So finally, I feel like, because I've been thinking about this for years, you know, because I've done good results in the gym, but finally I think I know enough. I know how a manual like that would look like, that could actually help people do similar results like me if they want to. You know, you'd still have to do it and be on fucking point with it. But I can write, I mean, I can read you. I'm going to release a video next week about it, but I can read you the intro of the program and you can tell me what you think. So here, come on. Okay, the intro. This training manual is designed to help you build a beautiful body as an expression of strength and health. A body that looks good, feels good, and is good. It differs from traditional training programs in the sense that it's not only a program, it's a guide for you to understand the art of building a body like this. You'll be given a certain structure like workouts, exercises, sets and reps, but more than that, you'll learn the concepts and philosophy that put into action makes you become a person that has that body that you want. Traditional training programs can be okay in the way that if you're completely lost on what to do, at least you have something to follow that, if it's not completely useless, should lead to some kind of results. But as an ADHD person, once I decide to do something, I go in for it 100%, and I found out that there is no one best way or program for every person. There are only broad concepts that apply to us all. But you can't just go to the gym and do philosophy, right? There needs to be something concrete. As I've not wanted to create anything like a training program until I know exactly what form that could take, so that I genuinely can stand behind it as something I believe would help people actually learn and reach the results they are looking for. Long sentence, gonna have to rewrite that. It's taken me over 3 years of intellectual and practical learning to do it. And so, what I'm striving for in this manual is to combine practical guidelines and structure with the concepts and philosophy needed to reach results with it. I'll teach you how to learn. You always learn by doing, but now you have me by your side to optimize and speed up that process. How to use this manual. As stated above, we will be combining concrete with abstract, but I want you to understand that even with the concrete, you should be using your common sense, uncommon sense, to determine what's the best way to go about something for you specifically. A certain exercise might not work for you because of an injury or because you just genetically don't respond well to it. Be smart and make appropriate adjustments then. The program might say to do low reps on a certain exercise, but you just feel it better in the body part you want when you do higher reps. Adjust, and so on. The manual is completely useless without you going on your own journey and the progress that you make in the process. It should be viewed as inspiration and advice, nothing more. So that's the intro. Big G. Say if you have any questions or any input on that, please let me know. Big G. Polag. Wait a minute. Let's see this. Oh, no, okay. Sometimes it chooses the top chat, but it's the same as the live chat for right now, at least. Fuck that Satanism shit. Yeah, I agree. Thanks, Tim. You say something I like. I'm a little with you. I do like you, but you say things that annoy me sometimes. Okay, Big G, who are your favorite YouTube accounts you're subscribed to right now? I don't watch that many YouTubers recently. Like, it's always periods for me, but More Plates, More Dates is one. I've watched less recently because I just watch everything less recently. But I like the guy. He has good information. Some things that are just fun, just kind of as a... I just think it's interesting with all that steroid bodybuilding stuff. He's good. He's a good way. He's very knowledgeable talking about it, but he does talk about things that are more relevant even to me too, as a natural bodybuilder or whatever, you know. But also, I just admire the guy, how he built up his business. It's very. I hope to do something similar, but on a smaller scale. He's really trying to get huge. I'm still always going to be more niched, I think, but he's very inspirational there. But so we have him. Leo and longevity. I check into the podcast every once in a while. The bodybuilding, non-fraudulent bodybuilding podcast. I like it. It's kind of biohacking meets bodybuilding. So the kind of thing, I get a similar thing out of that as I get from More Plates, More Dates. You have Jesse Lee Peterson and his The Fallen State channel. I check in from every now and then. I've watched a lot before. You have Wes Watson of GP Penitentiary Life, the angry formerly prison inmates that change his ways, turn into fucking alpha beast, inspirational. Yeah, just amazing guy. I check in when I need accountability and need to be disciplined. I watch in with Wes. And sometimes I just watch these random fucking, I don't know, everything wrong with Spider-Man or something. If I'm really procrastinating, just at night I'm tired or something, but I don't subscribe to those channels, you know. It would just appear in my feed. But there you have some things, I guess. Well, we have the snake diet. I will check Cole's videos, of course, every now and then. But again, with some of these, like Cole, he yells so much and call me a fatty, and I feel like he's not talking to me, you know, and I already know he doesn't have that much more to teach me. You know, I love the guy and still like an idol or whatever. But yeah, it's just no need for me to want. I talk to him. I report in my results every here and there to him. I've had a phone call with him once, you know, this summer. Tim Munkbatar, no homo. What color are your eyes? What do you think? They're blue. I like it. You know, to me, it's such a non-special thing that I have blue eyes. You know, but I realize to many people outside Sweden, it's very exotic. But yeah, they're very blue, and people comment on it all the time, and I appreciate it. But it's really I just have these eyes. You know, I'm more proud of the things I feel like I've done something to achieve. But yeah, I guess I like my eyes. Polag asks, do you plan on competing as a bodybuilder one day? It's an interesting question. It's, you know, it is such an investment with doing that whole prep, dieting down to so low body fat that I don't really, it's not a body fat level I would want to be at normally, you know. And it's not only that, you know, in that process, it stresses your body the fuck out. And depending on what happens in life, you know, life will be really shitty for some time. But I guess, you know, some people do this over and over every year. So what I would like at some point is to just try that. Like I do consider myself a sort of bodybuilder. Can someone please like, and we get rid of the 6-6? I do consider myself, you know, I'm very into aesthetics and building a beautiful body. You heard me read about the power building program, right? But I want it to be an expression of strength and skill. I don't just want a pretty body that I use a spray tan on and show off on stage like this, you know. I want, thanks for the like. Thank you. I wanted to, like, I can show off with some posing in some pictures on my Instagram and stuff, and you know, be a motivation to people like that. That's how I view it, you know. That's the kind of bodybuilding I'm interested in, like the kind of modeling, but it's not for like a brand. It's just to show. I always compare, and it's to show people that look, I was this little hipster fatty, you know, and I could turn into this. That's the kind of bodybuilding I'm interested in. But just as a challenge, it would of course be great content to share with you that whole trip when I'm dieting down and getting leaner and leaner, reporting how I feel, showing you the actual competition. I had to learn some actual posing, doing all the, you know, like, oh yeah, you can see my legs now. But yeah, it would be a fun challenge to do once, but it's not the kind of bodybuilder I want to be generally, you see. And be Tim Munkbatar said hey to Polag. Big G, mine are Björn Andreas Bullhanse, Colin Robinson weight loss, Fleckas talks. Björn Andreas Bullhanse, is that a Norwegian guy? I think I know who that is. And Polag said, hey man, to Tim Munkbatar, that's nice. I like that you socialize in my chat. Team Munkpadar, nice to see you're still on fasting and caring about your health. Yeah. Big G. Yeah, his audience is not you, it's 300 pounders. Yeah, with Cole. Yeah, but the thing is, though, I've I've almost kind of tried to be friends with Cole, because there aren't. I'm not gonna say like Cole is. I consider him to be like further ahead, than me on most things. But there aren't that many people that are kind of as extreme. So I felt like if you just want to talk some shit, bro. And like he will get on my YouTube probably at some point, but I know he doesn't want to do any interviews right now. But I think that's the way I could get to shoot the shit with him. But that's the thing with Cole. He cares. He cares so much about helping people. He doesn't even care about having friends. Like, yeah, that would be something. He can have a friendly interaction with someone on an interview because he's reaching out to people. But yeah. The Munkpadar. Cole's red pill videos are legendary. Well, kind of. Well, I don't remember now, but I think some of these guys take out too much of a hard stance on the whole feminism women thing. Like Elliot Hulse too. I don't know how his actual views are, if they are all right. But the posts he does on Instagram, I feel like they are. It's not. I'm not a feminist, obviously. With all this shit, but it's not like a counter side to that I can identify with. I feel like it's too hateful is the wrong word, but like from above all the time, like knowing all and have so much fucking criticism. And I feel like so many men are like that when they are in no position to criticize other people. Like, of course, we should be telling women like things like they are, but we should be telling men too. And men who are little bitches are just in no position to talk down to women or talk about how women should be. Just show women how fucking great you are. Show them how to be. That's the way to do it. Big G, very funny though, with Cole. Yeah, well, some videos, yes, but sometimes when I've seen like a title, I'm like, oh, this could be good information for me, and I just have to listen to him yell at how fat I am and how pathetic I am. It's not that I get hurt, but it's just like when I just want the information, it's just kind of like, yeah, like get to the point. And he was even, when we talked on the phone, I felt like he was yelling too much on me too. For me, it's not that I get insecure or scared, and it's just like kind of, can I just fucking talk, bro? Team Munkpadar, peak Aryan. People with blue eyes are actually less agreeable, more assertive, aggressive. That's why world leaders tend to have blue eyes. Theo is like Ziz, but he's not the sex degenerate. I do like Ziz shaming horse though. Well, Ziz, I don't know. I do know who is, but I don't do much. I mean, but some pretty based comments there. Björnen, competing is peak homoerotic autism. You mean about the bodybuilding thing? Yeah, well, being so into it is a little weird, I remember listening to some podcast. It might be like Omar Isuf and Eric Helms's podcast, whatever it's called. But it's like a normal question to ask when you're a bodybuilder and you're in prep. A normal question to ask, like, your glutes striated yet? Like one of the first things you ask someone, like, hey, what's up? You have striations showing on your glutes? You have muscle fibers on your ass yet? Feels good, man. An aesthetic body is correlated with health and strength. Yeah, feels good, man. Were you here when I was reading? Like, I'm writing I'm gonna write you a training program that you can buy eventually. That's like the working title is basically like Theo's power building program. Theo's power building manual for a beautiful body as an expression of the strength and health it inhibits. Well, something shorter, but that's like the tagline. So absolutely. That's why I'm so into aesthetics too. You can tell it's a reason why it looks nice. It's because it is nice. Like it's not that we're forced to buy some brainwashing to think a healthy, a fit body looks nice. It looks nice because it is healthy. We just intuitively know. It's so interesting when you turn healthy that weird random situations people just respect and look up to you. because they can just see that you have like a glow to your skin and a little shape to your body, like I'm talking now when you're not with a pump and in the tank top, you know. But it's strange. I notice it in life. I actually notice it in life. Tim Munkbatar, sorry, bad comparison. One is health and the other is the butchery. Which one were you comparing? I don't remember. Feels good, man. You would probably have to hop on PEDs to be competitive in bodybuilding. Yeah, but you know, just trying some kind of local show in Sweden and stuff. I think entering the right one, I think I could even win Natty. You know, but it wouldn't even be the point to try to win something. You know, it would be to go through that process of cutting down to extremely low body fat, trying the whole spray tan thing, learning the different poses. You know, the double by, the back lat spread, all that shit, you know, just going through that as a fun challenge. But I think in some local shows I could do well. I've seen the guys. Some I would not place last in many, at least. But it wouldn't even be the point. But obviously, yeah, if you want to be competitive and go far with it, you have to jump on PEDs for sure. Tim Munkbatar, Nari, better than everyone else. Yeah, Natty King here is what people say, you know. Tim Munkbatar, I liked Cole's interview with Primal Edge Health, yeah, especially the part where they talked about serial killers. Yeah, it's a meeting of two interesting people for sure. I watched that more than once, I think, or just had it in the background while I'm doing something else, you know. Or maybe on the forest walks. That's when I watch most YouTube or kind of listen to, is if I have periods where I just go on long walks. Yeah, I remember when I got into training, for instance, and just studied and didn't have to be. I could study from home a lot. I started every day with like a 2-hour forest walk, and then I listened to stuff like that. You know, Big G. Elliot Hulse is a bit preachy. Well, I have liked him. I've generally liked Elliot. You know, that's why, you know, I want to say because he has also had very obvious different eras when he's like, okay, this is the thing I'm doing now, and you know, I have respect for the fact that people change and they have depressions and you know lose motivation. I have to try different things. You know, so I generally like Elliot still. I just don't think I'm in on his whole anti-feminist shit. So it's too Meg-towy for me, you know. It's too incel-y for me, basically, I guess. Even though that's what I'm trying to know. Are you a fucking say la 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 la? But it's the attitude of someone who is a simp or an incel, you know. But I think Elliot. What I like about Elliot is he also just uses his common sense. You know, how he got big was basically he just answered people's questions on camera like this, and yeah, it got big, and he had good answers, and it was just like, well, he knows science, he reads and stuff, but it was like basically his knowledge mixed with like bro science, his experience, and he just gave advice on different things. So I do like him preaching. I am preachy too, you know. Watch my fucking videos. It's all me. Like, let me tell you the awesome thing I've done, and let me teach you how you'll do it too. You know, we have to preach. If we feel like we have something important to give people, we have to preach. And the good thing is that no one has to listen, right? So it's a choice. The Munkbatar. In times like these, it's important to be a feminist ally. What do you mean? Feels good, man. Book sounds good. Will be in the lookout. About the power building manual. Yeah. Team Munkbatar, you can do whatever the fuck you want. I don't know if that's some kind of reference. Feels good, man. Exactly. Social sciences claim we find lean bodies attractive due to cultural brainwash, but research indicates it's evolutionary. Of course, it is. Like, we don't need fucking research. You know, use your uncommon sense. It's so obvious. You know, I learned this completely through this process. You know, when I became this person, when I had earlier in my life, I tried to look good always, trained for that reason. I was not enough motivation. I didn't like training, but now I felt like shit, and I tried to save my life. So I gave better food and training and actually going to sleep on time, trying to make that a priority. I gave all those things. Yeah, I started prioritizing that, and I not only that I feel better, I started looking better. And it's like, is it just coincidence? Like, uh, of course it looks better because it's healthier. We our bodies are capable. We don't just get tricked like, oh, the little action figure has abs, so I want, I don't know, like, yeah, we can be a little influenced like that, but it's so obvious with a thing like this, you know. It's the same, like, we don't have to be conditioned to think it's kind of not nice looking when someone is like 400 pounds, you know, because we can just tell that this is not good, this is no good, you know. Do we fucking need research to know these things? No. You use your uncommon sense. Tim Munkpatar, has anyone seen Sveriges forest walks? That's also a guy people ask me about. Some Swedish flat Earth raw meat guy or something. He is to me like the opposite of someone who is super politically correct. Like, it's not that, because we are going to be against a lot of politically correct things if you just care about the truth and stuff. But there's a lot of these truthers that just become the mirror image of what they hate, you know. Women gravitate towards physically dominant men as we didn't used to have weapons, question mark. Well, like, I wouldn't say that they gravitate, like, a lot of women don't really care, like a lot of guys, you see a lot of guys without physical bodies, but it's just that women in general, they want strong men that they can take care of them, and they can be both physically and just like their social skills and confidence and stuff like that. And then I think there's a certain kind of the alpha women who know what they know that, just as I know, you know, for a woman, if I can see that a woman takes good care of herself, she has a good body composition, she has muscle on her body, she has nice skin, you know, then I know she respects herself and prioritizes these important things and takes good care of herself. And so I know she lives up to one of my like biggest demands for a woman, and I think it's the same with the women, you know. If they do that, you know, they won't accept some little beta bitch who doesn't even that could go to a gym at any time and just build some muscle but doesn't do it, you know. They don't want that. So that's what I feel like, you know. Hodgkin's reference. What I mean, Big G, what I mean is, for instance, the King program post seems a bit preachy. To be frank, some of his old videos are gold, though, really insightful. Yeah, I feel exactly the same way. But, you know, I guess I think it's also, we have to see it for what it is. It's some kind of marketing tactic, you know. Be aggressive and be provocative, and someone who sees the ad who doesn't really know about Elliot will be like, yeah, finally someone who tells it like it is. And yeah, I am a little simp bitch. Yeah, I'll jump on his program and I'll finally make it, you know. And then I don't know, maybe he does good coaching with people. That I don't know. Tim Munkpatar, why is Cole unavailable for an interview? No, you know, he never gives details like that because he talks to so many people. He just I get a voice message like, sorry, I currently don't do any YouTube interviews. Or yeah, I don't know if that was a good impression. Big G, Tim Munkpatar, there's a lot you don't know about him. The guy has a very dark side. Who has the dark? Oh, Sverige, maybe. Björnen, intuition over scientism. Trust yourself and your own experience of the fucking science. Yeah, it's something that has been on my mind this week a lot. So that in the end, you just know because you know that you know that you know. You know, intuition. Like science and shit, people who think they know stuff, but it's because they have ended their thing that the science that the newspaper tells me says this, so it is like this, you know. They have not thought it through on their own, they have not tried things from experience, and so many things, you know, that you can maybe get an idea of. But like with even this whole you know, dangerous thing that makes us wear masks and stuff, even with this thing, so many people on either side of the thing claim to know so much, and it is so complicated. How do you think that you can just know these things? Because people are telling you, yeah, they are a scientist, yeah, he's an expert, he wouldn't say anything that's wrong. There's so much you can't know until you know that you know that you know that you know. So yeah, intuition. And that's why I feel like my power building program for a beautiful, healthy, strong body is going to be so good, because it's going to be the science in it. It's going to be the qualitative study of me who has done really great results. You apply the scientific method on your own. That's also the thing, that science, it becomes like a religion when people treat it like they have the Bible, the Bible of science, uh, that they had to refer to. But you can actually do your own science. You test things. Yeah, I have tried so many things with a fasting and diet and in the gym, and I found out what works. Why is that not science? Like, just because I don't call it that I'm making a study and writing it all down on a paper, I do write some things down. I got up to the top of the chat. Tim Munkmatar. Yeah, his king shit is whack. People get lured into his masculine retreats, which cost hundreds of dollars by getting asked to message him king on Instagram. Yeah, I saw some guy did a review of the whole thing, and he was, first of all, upset that it was obviously not Elliot talking to him on the message, and then he was not happy with the thing. Now that I think of it. Because I think Elliot used to do really cool stuff. The things he did outside of YouTube, but that he filmed and put on YouTube, he just brought men together and made them train in a bunch of different situations. It didn't even, at first it wasn't even business stuff that he took money for. He just invited people to train in many different situations. But I guess, that's, as you get older and he is on that path now, maybe things aren't all that great in his life for any reason. He has found, this something that seems to be working, and he's kind of mechanically doing it now. We'll see. I think he's going to change in a few years, have a new kind of direction he's taking things. Feels good, man. I have a similar story. My dad passed, got depressed, fiance left, wanted to die, began lifting weights, running every day, and fasting saved my life. That's awesome. That must feel good, man. His name is Feels Good, man. Yeah, but that's awesome to hear, my man. Well, I hope you enjoy the channel, like finding someone who's done something similar, because there's not many people in real life that can relate to a thing like this. There actually isn't. Bjarnen, guys get too hung up on research and use it for an excuse for not doing the work. Yeah, man, it's a common theme on my channel. My video, for instance, with motivation, don't watch this video. Telling you to close that book. Shut this video down, go fucking do something. You learn by doing. And I'm going to teach you this in my power building manual too. I even read it in the intro. Everything here is completely useless without you going and doing it and doing your own uncommon sense. You just have a little Bible. You have a shortcut. You have my information, you have my program, my style of training, like the technical part, the actual sets, reps, exercises, rotations, how to apply the progressive overload, side information about diet, recovery, sleep, all that shit. But then you have all the concepts and philosophy that I've come up with too. But that, if you just read it, you have nothing. You have nothing if you just read it. You have to put something into action too. Always the balance. There's nothing wrong with research if you put it into action. Tim Munkpatar, people who follow Sverige 100% are whacked out. It's always interesting that some of these people that most people just talk about, like, yeah, that weirdo. Oh, did you see what he did now? That there are actually people that do follow them too. Yeah, Tim Munkpatar is proud to hear it. Feels good, man. Yeah, but that's always great to hear, man. Because that's why I started doing all this. I did something for myself that I thought was impossible. I went from not being happy with my life, thinking I might have to kill myself, going to my life being better than ever. And when you go through something like that, you just want to share the love, you want to spread this to other people. And I'm not saying that I did that to you, but I want it to happen to other people, even if I play a part in it or not. So I'm just happy to hear it. We're all gonna make it, bros. Yeah, of course. Stellar Cole impression. He leaves short, emotionless voice messages. Yeah, but I've done long messages with him too, many times. If he tries to keep it short. He doesn't want you to waste his time. Well, I get so many people that just want to talk to me too, because that's also I understand that with a person like, oh, he wants to help people. He doesn't want to waste time on you. Like sometimes when I felt like he's kind of burnt out and annoyed, he has actually talked to me for a bit because, it's like a break and I can understand some things, if someone is failing over and over and has invested a lot of time or something. Yeah, I was gonna say something else. Yeah, that people, a lot of people, they just want to talk to you. Like there are some people, say that they do fasting too, and they train, and they don't have any friends that do that, and they find me who puts out the content with it, and they don't really need any help from me, but they just want to talk to me, but they don't have much to say. And it's also like I give short answers, and because I don't like just ignoring people. Of course, it's nice that people want to connect with me, but can't just talk to everyone and just talk and talk and talk. This was the most interesting thing again, because I complain about people being bad at asking questions, that I get annoyed that when someone wants to know something from me, wants my help, they make me do so much work for it by not phrasing the question properly. Like, what does your fasting and training look like? It's like, yeah, I eat sometimes, and sometimes I don't, and I train, I go to the gym, I lift weights a lot. It's like, what more do you want to know when you ask that? But someone, an anonymous, sorry, persistent cough, but I'm feeling good, I assure you. But someone with an anonymous Instagram account, maybe is watching, because he said he watched a lot of my YouTube. He just messages me about, hey, I love your YouTube videos, la la la. I'm just starting my own fasting journey. So I just reply, cheers, like, yeah, cool. And I get back, cheers, and then I get, I would love to connect, and I'm like, but you have an anonymous account, and you're reaching out to me because you like my YouTube videos, and you say you would love to connect. What am I supposed to do with that? So now you want me to pull the whole thing, like, oh, how's your fasting going? What's your name? Well, what are you doing? How old are you? Like, just connect with me then. Tell me some story of something you did. Ask me something. Don't tell me you would love to connect. Like, what am I supposed to say to that? And I feel like sometimes I'm thinking, am I too autistic about these things? But I feel like it's rude. I feel like so much is left on me. Someone wants to have a conversation with me, but wants me to do all the effort in it. Just make me a live Instagram post or a live YouTube video or whatever. A random rant. And what I related back to, I can see that Cole do the same thing with short answers when he feels like, I don't need to talk to you a whole bunch. Like, this is all I need to say. We all, Tim Munkpatar, we all sell out for money in the end. That fiat currency that's based on nothing. No, we all, no, we don't. I wouldn't. Like, we have to take money into consideration, but it's a balance. Again, it's always a balance. Can't ignore it and pretend that it doesn't exist, but we can avoid just getting into the rat race and thinking of like the number on our account like some sort of leveling up in a game, because that's useless. That's made up. Tim Munkpatar, pussies who don't fast be like, no, they're gonna fuck me up and make me dependent on the doctors. I don't think there is any scientific evidence that proves fasting isn't unhealthy. But all the things with fasting and stuff, like, there is some science and it can be interesting, but everything I know about fasting, like, of course, some details about growth hormone and all that kind of shit. Sure, I know from science, but most I know from my own science. I'm my own one. N equals one study. I've done a whole bunch of things, different things. I've combined different things. I've done rigorous analyzing of it. I know a bunch of stuff that no fucking study can tell me better. I can tell. They can do different studies that on their own won't be able to tell people as much about fasting that like I can. And I can actually tell you in a way that's understandable, not in a fucking this all high and mighty, like, the standard deviation, blah, 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 blah. I can tell you how it is, just straight up. Tim Munkpatar, need to build up that fasting bodybuilding tag on Omegle. NGL Omegle is still pretty degenerate. Don't know what that is. Well, we've gone a bit over an hour now. Wasn't a decent stream. Wasn't a decent stream. Sound like it was okay. Small one. I guess some people are Halloweening or something. But yeah, we'll end it for today. Thank you, guys. I'm going to do a more comprehensive video on my power building manual on Wednesday. So look forward to that. I can mention briefly that I don't take on any new online coaching clients at the moment because I have too much change in my life, starting the company and starting like juggling two PT jobs, and I already have online clients. But I will be offering consultations. So if you pay, if you pay, but it's 600 SEK, Swedish crowns, about $70 US. That's for an hour, like a consultation about anything you want. And it's really where I excel, because I want to offer this because I do want to help people. So because people do ask about the coaching, and so I want to be offer something that isn't as time demanding for me. And of course, if someone talks to me for an hour and afterwards would have a couple of questions, I wouldn't mind that. But this is what I'm saying. But I think consider this: if you have something you feel like you're stuck in and you feel like I have or could help you with. There's so many things. I'm good at getting at the root, to the root of everything about the spiritual stuff, your trauma, your fears, how to get over them, how to get the things you really want in life, how to become that person you want to be. And the more open you are and the more you give me, the better I'm able to help you. But it could be fasting and training, all that shit too. But consultations, Uncommon Sense consulting about anything you want. Big G, God bless Theo. Yeah, God bless Tim. God bless. Big G, I'm going to do my first dry fast next week. Cool. Would you advise a steam room on day 1 and 2 or do it without? That's completely up to you, man. I would never advise someone to do that because it is kind of extreme. I'll just say that on all my dry fasts, I've been using the sauna on every day and I've been doing well. Really well. So yeah, well guys, that's it for today. See you on a video this week, at least one, and the next Sunday with a stream. Wish you greater heights for the future and you deserve everything you achieved. Question mark? Well, always the question mark, but I take that as you're saying it to me, and thanks, Tim. See you later, guys.